inspired Christopher Columbus to explore a new route to China that led to North and South America. The early life of Marco Polo was very exciting because his father was a traveling merchant. Marco Polo, who lived in Venice, Italy more than 750 years ago, set out on a legendary trip to China. The trip was dangerous. Fortuitously, Marco's father and uncle were extremely superior at trading. Marco was devastated when he lost his mother as a young child. A different uncle than the one that was exploring with his father took Marco in and raised him. When Marco's father, Polo, and his uncle Matteo made a very long trip from Venice to China and back, they became famous. Aboard their camels, they made an 11,000-mile trip. Achieving this trip would make them the most famous people in the Western world. The Polo family's life is very exciting. Assuredly, Marco Polo's journey was amazing till the finish. His trip took 4 years, and he stayed in China for 24 years because he worked for Kublai Khan. Walking, Marco was like a roasting fish in the Gobi Desert. Marco, who traveled with the caravan, was fascinated by camels. When Marco and the caravan were sleeping, they were attacked by vicious, wicked, and sinister bandits. He sped off and never glimpsed them again. He was mournful. He was fueled by his curiosity, and China's amazing. China had tons of gold, silk, and diamonds. Because of Marco Polo's legendary trip, he was fascinated till finish. Marco Polo's later life was satisfying and intriguingly amazing. Marco Polo finally came back to his hometown of Venice in 1295. Except for the fact that most people thought that his adventures were lies, he was glad. Presently, a war broke out between Venice and Genoa, and it was diabolical. Marco joined the war. Marco, who was captured and put in jail, met someone named Cello. Marco acquired a friendship, and they wrote a book that inspired Christopher Columbus. Marco was in prison for 10 months. Witnessing the war in prison was born. When he and Cello were released, their book became famous. Because Marco Polo's life was as legendary as worldwide peace, he was a happy man. If it wasn't for Marco Polo's inspirational book, North and South America would have never been discovered.